Nick's annoyed voice came through the line fast and sharp. Aurea, I'm giving you a chance here. I know you're just throwing a tantrum, waiting for me to lower my pride and make the first move. Well, here it is. Come back. Take care of Jaden and I swear I won't see Valentina again. I let out a bitter laugh. You Ambroses are all the same, so damn full of yourselves. I'm not coming back. Figure it out on your own. And with that, I hung up. After I left the Ambrose estate yesterday, I flew straight to my hometown. It's a small city, nothing flashy, but it held the happiest memories of my life. A lot had changed in the 5 years I'd been gone, but thankfully, the apartment I used to rent was still there. I'd been paying the landlord to keep it for me all these years, just in case I ever needed it. He'd even cleaned it up and kept it in perfect condition. When I arrived, everything was spotless, like it had been waiting for me all along. I dropped my luggage and was about to lie down for a nap when I heard a knock at the door. It was my landlord, an old man in his early 60s. Everyone around here calls him Mr. Walker. He had always treated me kindly, ever since he found out I reminded him of his late granddaughter. Aurea, you're back, Mr. Walker said with a warm smile, his voice trembling slightly with emotion. I've missed you a lot these past years. I smiled back and handed him a small, elegant box from my suitcase. I brought you something from the city. Open it. I hope you like it. He looked stunned and moved, carefully unwrapping the box. Inside was a designer watch, sleek and modern. I'd spent years saving up bits of spending money to buy that watch. I knew Mr. Walker loved watches and he'd looked after me like family ever since Mom passed. I wanted to give him something special. He held it like it was treasure, but I could tell he thought it was too much. Eventually, he tried to give it back. I can't take it. This is too expensive. Aurea, I don't need anything fancy. You should keep your money for yourself. Don't waste it on an old man who doesn't have many years left. I frowned, annoyed. Don't say grim stuff like that, Mr. Walker. You're going to live to 100. This watch suits you perfectly. Take it. I insist or I'll get mad. I pushed it back into his hands and playfully shoved him toward the door, pretending to be irritated. Go on, get out of here. I need to rest. Once he was gone, peace settled over the room again. I lay down on the bed and pulled out a bracelet to examine more closely. It had belonged to my mom. Her early years were anything but kind. She was born into a poor family that favored sons over daughters. Her own relatives kept her under constant pressure and treated her like she didn't matter. Before she even hit 13, they shoved her out into the world to work. The money she made with her own two hands was never hers. Every single cent went straight to her parents, who funneled it to her brother, because, in their eyes, only he was worth investing in. For 5 long years, she labored endlessly. And in all that time, she never owned a single piece of new clothing. Not one. Everything she wore was secondhand, cast-offs from others, worn thin by time and used before they ever touched her skin. When she finally got older, she was starving for affection, for validation, for someone to see her. That made her vulnerable. And my father, he saw that. He lured her in with sweet talk and big promises, whispers of a better life, of love, of happiness. She believed him. She wanted to believe so badly that she stepped into marriage with hope in her heart. But it didn't take long for the mask to slip. After the wedding, my father changed. Just like that. The kindness disappeared, replaced by cigarettes, alcohol and a gambling habit that drained what little they had. And when he drank, he got mean, violent. He hit her, not just once. It became a pattern, like some twisted ritual. When she was pregnant with me, he got so angry one night that he kicked her hard enough to almost end the pregnancy. As if that wasn't enough, he racked up a mountain of debt, throwing our already broke family into deeper despair. We couldn't even afford to take Mom to the hospital when she went into labor. She had no choice but to deliver me at home, all alone. From then on, it was just pain and survival. Mom and I lived under the shadow of his violence. Every time he raised his fist, she'd shield me with her own body, never letting a single blow land on me. Her bruises never had time to heal. New ones always followed. We tried to run, more than once, but it never worked. No matter where we went, he'd always find us, using his scummy friends to sniff out our address, dragging us back just to keep us under his thumb. That nightmare of a life finally ended because of a massive earthquake. He was too drunk to escape in time and the house collapsed on him. He was crushed to death. Mom and I made it out. I thought it was the beginning of our new life, a freedom, where we got to live without fear anymore. But just when we thought we'd been spared, the aftershocks took her from me. I still remember what she said before she passed. Her biggest dream was to travel, to see the world. And every time she said it, little me would look her straight in the eye and promise, "Don't worry, Mom, when I grow up, I'll take you around the world. I'll make your dream come true." She'd always smile at that, eyes twinkling with hope. But she never got the chance. She died before I was old enough to even try. Thinking about everything she'd endured, being fooled by my scumbag dad, bled dry by his entire family like she was nothing more than a host, I felt tears sting my eyes. I hugged her bracelet to my chest like it was the last piece of her I had left. "I miss you, Mom." Nick's POV. On the other side of town, Nick's face was dark as a storm cloud after getting hung up on. He tightened his grip around the phone and walked straight into the hospital. As soon as Jaden saw him, his eyes lit up with anticipation. "What'd she say?" Nick frowned. "She doesn't want to come back." A flicker of disappointment crossed Jaden's face, but he quickly masked it with a scoff. "Whatever. Like I even want her here. Aurea. If it weren't for missing her meatball stew, I wouldn't have bothered trying to get her back in the first place. She's so ungrateful. He folded his arms, pretending not to care. Her meatballs aren't that good anyway. But his tone betrayed him. The hurt in his voice was impossible to hide. Nick didn't argue. He simply called for the kitchen staff and had them design a new custom meal plan for Jaden. That finally calmed things down. Nick originally planned to stay and keep an eye on his son, but his assistant reminded him of an important dinner party that night. He had to get ready. With no other choice, he arranged for someone else to watch Jaden and return home alone. Walking through the front door, the silence hit him like a wave. His mind flashed to a memory. Every time he came home from work, Aurea would be there in the living room, waiting with a warm smile. Now, there was no one. He stood there for a moment, unsettled by how much that small change affected him. Realizing how ridiculous he was being, he pulled himself together and went upstairs to change clothes. But when he opened his wardrobe, he couldn't find the tie he liked best, the one Gianna had given him. He always wore it to important events. He searched the closet from top to bottom. Nothing. Helpless, he texted Aurea, "Where did you put the tie Gianna gave me?" I was just about to head out to grab something to eat when his message popped up on my phone. I sighed, feeling a headache coming on, and quickly typed back, "Bottom right drawer of your wardrobe." But something about that reply felt incomplete. After thinking for a second, I sent another message, "Ask Valentina to organize your closet next time. It'd be easier for you, ask her. Stop bothering me." About 5 seconds passed before my phone buzzed again. Nick had replied, "I know. I asked because I'm in a rush. It won't happen again." I didn't text him back. I just hoped, for once, he'd actually mean what he said.